So I want to do a story time about being the black sheep and how we always tend to get the short end of the stick when it comes to like birthdays, for example. So when it was my 10th birthday, I ended up I was planning to have a sleepover. And what happened is that I had a sibling that was going to prom that same time. So what happened is we ended up everyone had RSVP. They were going to be able to come to the sleepover at that specific weekend. But what happened is that because we had to change it at the last minute for my siblings' prom send-off, the people that said they were going to come were unable to come the following weekend. So what happened is that we had the sleepover and like nobody really showed up. It was only like 3 people. One of them was my cousin. And the other 2 were like, like childhood best friend / neighborhood friend and her little sister. So what happens is the following year when I turned 11, my mom decides to give me another sleepover because of what had happened the year before. Like, I felt really bad that happened, so let's go ahead and give me another sleepover. So we were going to do that. And what happened is my parents are divorced. And my dad has certain weekends and stuff like that, but my mom had always got 1 weekend out of the month. And basically what happened is the weekend that we were able to plan the sleepover was like before my birthday. Because my birthday is May 23rd, and usually it'll be around Memorial Day weekend. The last time, that's when people weren't able to come. So basically what happened, okay. Basically, it was just dust. Basically what happened is that when my dad came over to my mom's house one day, it was maybe like a couple of weeks prior to the sleepover. And then I had even told my dad when I was over his house one of those weekends, like, hey, I'm having a sleepover on this said day for my birthday. My birthday's coming up. I'm having a sleepover. It's going to be at mom's house. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So basically what happened is like maybe a couple of weeks prior, my dad comes over to my mom's house and he's like, well, and my mom's telling him about the sleepover. And he goes, well, how come I'm just now finding out about this? And my mom goes, no, I told you about this plenty of times before. We talked about this. Why are you acting like you just now heard about this? You never told me anything about it. He was gaslighting her. He was doing this in front of me to assert his dominance. And he was telling my mom like, oh, well, you don't need to cancel it because that's my weekend. You're going to have to cancel it. And he's like, if you don't cancel that, if I have to come here with the police and papers and say that this is my weekend and take my child, then I will do that. At this point, it wasn't about his child's birthday and him giving something for his child. It was all about manipulation and control to get back at my mom because they were divorced. So politely, I'm not going to say that. God bless you, Dad.